The SARS-CoV-2 is the causative pathogen of the 2019 coronavirus disease that has become a pandemic. Infected people may be asymptomatic or even suffer from acute respiratory distress syndrome, whose symptoms are cough, fever, shortness of breath, and lung damage. These are the real facts about COVID-19, but are the people well informed about the disease? As we know, due to the internet and social networks, we have a lot of daily information. However, this information doesn't always have to be veracious.
He leído que van bien para prevenirlo. Beber agua caliente, porque a una temperatura de 27 grados o superior se supone que no vive este virus.
El virus lo mata el calor.
This is amazing.
Is there a miracle treatment for coronavirus?
Order silver now.
The population is affected by both disinformation and misinformation about the COVID-19 pandemic. So we proposed to ourselves, how can we tackle disinformation and misinformation about the COVID-19 pandemic? And we came up with some aims. 1. Informing the general public with reliable data on the current pandemic. 2. Ensuring disinformation is delivered in a way that it is fully understandable and assimilative. And 3. Developing the tools that help people detect inaccurate or misleading data. In fact, this point is the innovative contribution of this project, as it could be extrapolated to future situations. And this is how and why disinFAKEtion was born. So, what did we propose in order to tackle this problem? We developed several tools to fight the fake news issue. Firstly, we created the concept of mini-pills, short informative videos by the experts giving answers to specific questions about COVID-19.
Està parlant de que els pacients presenten diversos fenotips que poden condicionar a diferents manifestacions patològiques davant d'aquesta patologia.
And secondly, we developed an algorithm to be used as the guidance protocol in order to detect fake news and hoaxes, which can be extrapolated in future situations. The algorithm was developed in two formats, a written scheme and audiovisual format.
Si puedes contrastar la información con personas expertas o medios especializados, seguramente sea una noticia verdadera y es seguro difundirla. Un ejemplo de información de este tipo son los mini vídeos sobre el COVID-19 de expertos que podéis encontrar en nuestro canal. Si encuentras la fuente y es fiable, pero no puedes contrastar la información, puede que sea una noticia verdadera, pero no tenemos suficiente información para difundirla de forma segura.
How have we measured our project's impact? We broadcasted two types of surveys. On the one hand, we conducted a final survey at the end of the algorithm video that was divulged widely. Participants were challenged by fictional but realistic misinformative situations in order to check the efficacy of the algorithm on improving people's ability to detect fake news. This survey was conducted after watching the video, due to the impossibility to settle a control group. Hence, the final survey analysis was descriptive. On the other hand, we conducted a supervised survey to a control group of 37 participants. This survey took place before and after watching the video, and it was composed of misinformative situations included in the final survey, as well as 4 real examples of news which had been spread during the current pandemic. The platforms that we chose to spread our project were Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, as well as WhatsApp. In order to analyze the data from the supervised survey, we performed 2 different statistical tests. As the same participants answered the survey before and after viewing the video, a Wilcoxon sign rank test was applied to the data and detected a significant improvement. The average number of correct answers before viewing the video per participant was 5, whereas the average number of correct answers per participant after viewing the video increased to 6. A similar pattern was observed when the misinformative situations were analyzed alone. Both test results exhibit the efficacy of the algorithm in making the viewers develop fake news discrimination skills. As we have mentioned beforehand, the final survey was meant to be a descriptive study. The final survey was answered by 414 participants. 89.4% of the participants answered that they had understood all the concepts shown in the video and felt that they could spot fake news. 83.1% of the participants answered that the video had influenced their answers. Therefore, this indicates that one of the aims we initially proposed, regarding the communicative achievement has been accomplished from the subjective point of view of the participants. Although 93.5% said that they felt prepared to identify fake news, after analyzing the situation results, only 60% of the answers were correct. So even though these results exhibit once again the usefulness of our algorithm, they also bring to light that there is still room for improvement. And finally, we conducted a triple comparison regarding the supervised survey and the final survey. It should be noticed that the results in question 2 are unexpected. This might be attributable to a poor formulation of the question or a misunderstanding of the statement. This could be considered an outlier since the majority of the questions exhibit the same pattern. When comparing the percentage of correct answers, post-video results from the supervised survey and the final survey show a higher percentage of correct answers compared to the pre-video one. We wanted to highlight the impact our project has had on social media. Our mini pills were well received by Twitter and Instagram, one of them with 4,000 impressions. The algorithm video reached 959 views, taking into account both videos in Catalan and Spanish on the 5th of June. We also wanted to mention one of our most relevant followers, which was the coronavirus Instagram, with 52,000 Instagram followers, and the most relevant sharings came from UPF and the Severo Ochoa Centers and Maria de Maezzo units of Excellence Alliance. There are some take-home messages that we wanted to share with all of you. We detected a worrying lack of skill spotting fake news. And despite the improvement that we noticed as a result of our project, society still has a long way to go in order to reach an adequate discrimination ability. The great results of the study demonstrate as well the necessity for initiatives and policies that tackle disinformation and misinformation problem, as it constitutes a real issue in today's society, and especially in the current COVID-19 pandemic context. The approach we propose may be adequate to tackle fake news, but more large-scale studies should be applied to further demonstrate that training the population is possible. Nowadays, social media and technology may not only be a problem, but the solution. We have been surprised by the support that we have received from several scientific profiles as well as personalities. This project has become an opportunity to see the impact that our actions can make. We wanted to end the presentation by thanking all of the people who answered their surveys. We also wanted to thank our project supervisor, Virginia Plasencia, for her support, and the experts who have saved a spot in their busy schedule to help us build disinFAKEtion. And last but not least, we also wanted to thank everyone for watching this video and for your attention.